The woman merely had the car washer deliver goods up the mountain. Unexpectedly, on the way uphill, he instantly outpaced a professional racing driver renowned for extreme cornering, and navigated 5 consecutive hairpin turns without decelerating at all, vanishing without a trace in the blink of an eye. The professional racers behind were so frightened they froze in place, and began speculating about the identity of the car's driver. Meanwhile, the owner of the mountain repair shop was anxiously awaiting parts. When he heard that the parts were being delivered by a car washer, and that he was driving a freshly souped-up car, the owner immediately flew into a rage. Because the road up the mountain is steep and treacherous, an ordinary person simply could not handle a heavily modified vehicle. The uphill stretch usually takes at least 40 minutes, and he intended to have the car washer reverse back right then. To his surprise, before he could finish speaking, the car washer had already driven up and delivered the parts he needed in only 10 minutes. The repair shop owner stared at the man in disbelief. After all, he had driven this road for decades and it took him at least 50 minutes. He tentatively remarked that the speed was quite fast. The man replied that he had taken a shortcut, yet the owner, despite decades of driving there, had never discovered any other route. At that moment, the owner's son had already replaced the parts on the race car, and as he prepared to get in and start it, the man instantly realized something was amiss. He had caught a glimpse of the race car when he got out earlier, and noticed that what he delivered were just standard parts that did not match the specifications of this race car at all. If the car were started, it would likely be destroyed instantly. The owner's son assumed the man was just a car washer who didn't understand, and so did not heed his warning. As a result, the moment the car started, the engine immediately belched white smoke. By then, the team members had arrived to pick up the car, and seeing it emitting white smoke, they realized it had become a heap of scrap. They immediately demanded $10 million in compensation from the repair shop. The owner's son thought they were extorting money, but the man explained that the car's roof and added spoiler were all made of top-grade carbon fiber worth $1 million, and that the shock absorbers and turbocharger tolerances were all high-end, millimeter-precise custom parts valued at $5 million. The repair shop owner realized his son had gotten into big trouble, but he had absolutely no way to come up with that kind of money. The team captain knew this mountain road had been built by the repair shop owner, and demanded that he hand it over to them. However, the owner, also the village chief, was well aware that losing this road would cripple the villagers' travel. Just as he was at a loss, the team captain noticed the car that had delivered the parts parked nearby. In order to recruit the mysterious driver to their team, he proposed a new scheme, a race competition between the two sides to uncover the driver's identity. The rules were best 2 out of 3. If the repair shop won, they wouldn't have to pay the $10 million for the car damage. Although the owner's daughter had professional training, she stood no chance against a professional team. The owner's son claimed there was a champion driver of luxury cars in the shop, and believed they would surely win. In fact, the owner knew full well the champion was just an amateur who could not compare to a professional squad. Yet he ultimately agreed to the race, not because of his son's so-called champion, but because he saw the mysterious man there and knew he was no ordinary person, so he dared to gamble. The first round would test driving control skills. 60 bottles were set up on the course, and each side would send out 3 drivers to complete a lap, with the side popping the most bottle caps with their spoilers declared the winner. The repair shop owner sent out his daughter first, followed by the champion, but they managed to pop only